So, day 6. Last day at Progressive for the Money Hackers Summit. Been a fantastic week. Really enjoyed it. 3 days. Morning. 3 days of the Moneymakers Summit. It was great. Learned so much off Rob and Ryan and crew. I think that's fantastic. Now Money Hackers is just blowing your mind with Mark Homer's knowledge of strategies and systems, how to improve them, it's just a different mindset. And then yesterday we had the ex-Chancellor of the ex-Chancellor of the Exchequer, which was interesting, Mr. Kwasi Kwateng. And what can you say? Well, what I can say is I was actually impressed with the way he spoke. I thought he was, while I might not agree with all his views, he was an impressive speaker, very forthright, very solid in his views, his reasons why. Got a chance to ask him a question about energy and about privatisation, which he answered, sort of, as a former politician might do. I was asking about privatisation, whether he thought it with hindsight from the 80s, whether it needed more regulation, etc. And he said, yeah, most of it, you are right. However, I don't think we could take all of it back over. And, but we could take it back over in dribs and drabs, I think. So, water first, got that back in-house because that's the one that's failing the most, and then work on the rest. The cost of it bringing them back in-house, it's quite a lot of money, but the shareholders and these water companies have ripped profits out of these places and not done anything to the infrastructure, not helped the infrastructure. They've put profit over the consumers and the environment, whichever one you put the priority on, and now expecting the consumer to pay the price for their failure, which is wrong. So he was quite good on that. He said yes, they need to be held to the fire, as he put it. And with hindsight, we do need more. There should have been better regulation on the privatisation side, but he wouldn't say it was a bad idea, which I think it was. But never mind. I respect his views. He's an interesting guy to listen to. And he we were talking about the infamous Friday budget, where him and LT, to my mind, crashed the economy. Maybe to his mind not. But he said, we did things wrong. We mostly moved too quick, too fast. He said, and that's one of the things he learned from that. He said, it was too quick, too fast. There was some good stuff in there, but we tried to throw everything in at one go, and that was wrong. Really? Yeah, that was wrong. So, love him, hate him, whatever. He's actually a really good speaker, and politics aside, seems a really solid guy. You've got to take the emotion, the politics out sometimes out of things, and look through that. He's a former politician. He's not a politician now. I think he's consulting and stuff like that, as former politicians end up doing. But he seemed a solid guy, good speaker. Very forthright, very convinced, with great conviction. So I think if you take away the politics and look at his conviction, his optimism, his self-belief, you can learn a lot from him. But you don't have to agree with him to learn a lot from him, by the way. And that's the mistake a lot of people make. I like his mindset. I like listening to him. I don't agree with him on everything. I don't agree with him on Brexit and stuff like that. But he said an interesting thing about reform. He said their policies are too thin, which I know. I've read through it. Anyway, these folk, you have to excuse there's a bin wagon coming up here now, making a hell of a racket. He said their policies are too thin. There's no substance to the policies, which is right. You look who Nigel tends to make silly comments every so often. Don't get me started on Richard Tice, he's an idiot. Went last election. He was making all sorts of random comments and getting proved wrong on social media, etc. The guy hasn't a clue. So yeah, it's been interesting times. So anyway, I'm just about to go in for the last day of Money Hackers. This is a one-off event, by the way. If I get a chance later, I'll shove in the comments the Money Makers Summit link, because it's well worth considering. I'll throw in a link for my podcast, Efficiency in Property Investing, as well. Have a great day. Keep moving forward.